Hello, 6th grade math students. Today I'm going to have you do some review of order of operations. So what that means is I need to think about which operations come first so that I can get a correct answer. Today we're looking at a facing math worksheet, and it says again at the top, this is order of operations. If you notice, it also says today we're going to attach our work, we need to transfer over our answers, and the only calculator I'm allowing you to use is the basic calculator. So that one requires you to be the expert in order of operations. So if you take a look here, I've kind of set this up so that we have a couple of things. I have a basic calculator for us to use. It looks similar to the ones that I'll have available for you today. I also have my worksheet, of course, and you know with the facing math worksheets, when you get a correct answer, it gives you some idea of what to draw on your facing math page at the back. And I also have set up over here something that looks somewhat like lined paper. So this is where I'm going to try to model for you a few examples to try to get you started. So before I do much on your lined paper, I certainly hope you remember that I want to see your name, date, and hour. So please take a quick minute and write your name, date, and hour on your lined paper. It might also be a good idea to write down, we are working on our OO worksheet, or order of operations. Oops, went off the sheet here, but you get the right idea. All right, for the first problem, I want us to set this up. I want us to number these and organize them well. So we're going to look at number 1. It says, which step comes first? So in this problem, I'm going to actually write out what they show us to do. 12 divided by 3. That dot, I hope you remember that that means times. And in parentheses, the quantity of 15 minus 6 and plus 3. Well, thinking back to order of operations, I hope you remember maybe an acronym that you talked about in the elementary school, something called Pemdas. So I think we should probably record that up here so we remember the order that we're looking for. So first we need to look for the P, or the parentheses. Are there any? In fact, there are. 15 minus 6 is sitting right here. So I already know an answer. I already know that the first step for this problem involves parentheses, or 15 minus 6. I'm going to ask us to go a little bit farther than that. If you'd like, on your worksheet, you can choose, okay, A is the correct answer. But we're actually going to continue solving this because I want you to practice something I call pizza style today. Pizza style order of operations. So what that means is I'm going to continue with my steps here, and I'm going to try to get to a final answer because you're going to have to do that for some of these other problems. So if I do parentheses first, what is 15 take away 6? Well, counting down, or maybe counting up from 6, you'll find 9. I'm going to bring everything else down, everything that I have not used yet. I still have 12 divided by 3. I still have this dot, meaning times. And now I have 9 instead of those parentheses, plus 3 at the back. This looks really good. We took care of parentheses. Next I'm looking for E. Oh, exponents. I remember. Exponents, they could look like little superscript 2s or 3s or 4s. Do I have any exponents in this next line of work? The answer is no. So I'll move on to the M, or the D. And I want you to remember that these are buddies in the lunchroom. Multiplication and division can happen in order from left to right. So looking at this problem, I do see division, and I also have multiplication. Well, who should come first? Well, they're buddies, they're on the same level. So the next thing we're going to do is 12 divided by 3. Oops, I forgot to use our handy dandy calculator here. So if I were to do this in our calculator right now, I'll give it a try. I could type in just this piece of the puzzle, just this part, 12, and I'm going to find the division sign, 3 equals. Oh, this 4. This 4 is what I'm going to record on my next line of work. So 4 belongs here instead of 12 divided by 3, and I bring everything else down. This dot, which means times 9, and plus 3 at the back. Notice this dot for the multiplication, it's floating. It doesn't look like a decimal to me. It's up higher than that. All right, well, if I just took care of division in this partnership, remember multiplication is his buddy. That needs to happen next. So 4 times 9. This is where it might be handy to clear out your calculator. And I think on your calculator, You're going to have either the C button, you want to make sure you clear it out, or maybe the CE button. Either way, touch it a couple times, make sure you've cleared it out. And we're going to take this next step, which is 4 times 9, and see what we get. Well, we get an answer of 36. So I can really check my facts as I go along here using my calculator today. And I'm going to write down that 36 that I got from 4 times 9. And I still have plus 3 happening at the back. Well, the last step is obviously this addition. There's only one more move to make. If you take a look, addition, subtraction are next in my order of operations list in Pemdas. They're at the back. And these are buddies also. So if I had subtraction before addition, that would be okay. I go in order from left to right. But here, with only addition left, 36 plus 3. You probably know that in your head, but should the numbers get bigger, we are allowed to use a basic calculator on the M step very soon. So I'm going to clear this out, and I'm going to make sure that I get my facts right here. 36 plus 3 more equals 39. Looks like a good final answer. Now you might be saying to yourself, well, they didn't ask me to do all that trouble. It's true, they did not. On this problem, they only asked for the very first step, but that's okay, because I found a final answer of 39, and I'm going to record it for you here, and I want you to notice what we just made. Pizza. That's right, my friends. This is what I call pizza style. No, you will not find that online unless you look up Schumann's rules of math. But I think this is a great way of seeing it. If you truly are following the steps of Pemdas, every single line of work gets a little bit smaller, 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 until you get down to the fabulous pepperoni. I mean, the fabulous answer. We're going to try another one here, so let me try to clear this out a little bit. You should have done as much work as I have for number 1. So you should have on your paper name, date, hour, order of operations, of course. You're writing down Pemdas somewhere near the top, because we're going to keep on using that idea. And problem number 1, we solved it, even though they didn't ask us to go to all that trouble. And my basic calculator, it's the only tool I can use today. I won't even allow the multiplication chart, honestly, because in this case, this is more like an M step. The multiplication chart won't be allowed. All right, get ready for another example. So probably should clear out my calculator. I'm going to move over my basic calculator for a quick minute, and we'll look at number 2. Oh, notice they're asking me again, which step comes first? Well, I know that I can do better than that. I don't just want to tell you which step comes first. I'm actually going to solve the problem, because I want you to see this pizza method, and I want you to be able to get good answers on your M step soon. So let's review. What does the P stand for? Parentheses. What about the E? Exponents, maybe a little tiny superscript 2 or 3 or whatever number they might give us. What's the M stand for? Multiplication. And the D stands for division. Now remember, these are buddies. They happen in order from left to right. And next I have A for addition, and the S is subtraction. And these are also buddies, meaning they happen on the same level. So if I have just addition or subtraction left, I go in order from left to right. All right, let's copy down number 2. Here's the problem. 8 dot, what's that dot mean? Oh, times. 8 times 5 plus 14, that's a division sign, divided by 7 minus 3. Now what I also think is interesting is that 6th graders like to tell me that there are multiple answers for these problems. The truth is there is not. There's only one correct answer for each. So, taking a look here, are there parentheses? Nope. Check that one off. Are there exponents? No exponents. Check that one off. Is there multiplication or division? And notice I'm looking for both of them at this point because they're buddies in the lunchroom. Ooh, there is. There's multiplication here, and there's division happening here. So who gets to go first? The correct answer would be multiplication, because we get to go in order from left to right. So 8 times 5 actually gets me 40. And while you did just answer one of the questions over here, which, oh, actually we did not. It says which is the second step. I guess I should be careful what it says. I'm going to keep on going here a little bit, because I'm going to actually get to a final answer. So I can bring down this addition, and the next thing I could do is this division. 14 divided by 7 gets me 2, and minus 3 is still at the back. So really, what's the first thing we did? First, we used this dot for multiplication. The next thing we did is we divided. We divided 14 by 7 to get 2. Oh, that was the second step. That kind of gives me an idea of what kind of hair and stripes my picture should have in a minute. But I'm really not done yet because I want you to see this pizza method and I want you to practice solving these multi-step order of operation problems. So let's take a look. What would come next? I took care of the multiplication and division, didn't I? But now I see I have addition or subtraction to choose from. And here I have addition, subtraction, but notice they're underlined. These are those buddies. They happen in order from left to right. So I'll take the first operation I see. Oh, adding. What's 40 plus 2? If you don't know, again, the only tool I want you trying today is the basic calculator. 40 plus 2 more equals, 42. Next I need to bring down this subtract 3. Oh, I could write this off to the side. I could solve it in my head if I was very careful. But remember, we are allowed to use our basic calculator. So I brought down the piece that we hadn't used the subtracting 3. And I'm going to try it now on my calculator to make sure I get a good answer. Clear things out. 42, take away 3. If you take a look, that doesn't look right at all. In my calculator, I can see I missed something, so I better clear it again. Better keep on going. The CE is just taking me back a step at a time. In fact, it's not clearing like I'd like it to. So let's clear the whole thing. Let's try that again. 42, take away 3 equals 39. If you're not sure you put something in the basic calculator correctly, I don't think our basic calculators actually show you this step up above. I don't think they show you what you've put in initially, or at least when you get your answer back. It might be worth checking a couple times. We'll take a look. What did we just make? Oh, pizza. Yum. Well, some of you like pizza. What I mean by that is we get this nice organization, this triangle effect. It's kind of like an upside down pyramid, if you will. And my final answer, that pepperoni, is the best of all, 39. So let's go ahead and take our answer. They did not ask for it, but Mrs. Schumann is, and copy down our answer. 39 is what we'll get. So yes, if I back up, 8 times 5, be careful, that was your first step. And they actually asked for the second step. So don't forget to go to your face on the back, which is attached, and you're going to draw these fancy stripes and that fancy hairdo, of course. All right. I hope we're getting the idea. I think I'll look at one more here with you. Again, if my guest teacher believes that things are going so great you don't need me, or don't need to follow this example anymore, that is totally fine. But if you want to keep on watching so that you get another 1 or 2 down, that's okay as well. Let's see what else is hidden in here. So I noticed an interesting one coming at us. Down here, if I fast forward to number 8, there's something a little bit different going on here. They ask me if it's a true or false. So what it really means is I am going to have to test it out. I'm going to have to see if number 8 ends up equaling 8. Well, let's go ahead and write out our magical acronym. Pemdas. Here we go. So choose a nice light color that will show up here for you. Pemdas. Ooh, what does the P stand for? Parentheses. How about the E? Exponents. How about the M? Multiplication. And the D? Division. How about the A? Let's add. And the S? We better subtract. Now please don't forget the lunchroom buddies. Multiplication and division are buddies. They go in order from left to right, no problem. And so are addition, subtraction. All right. So when I go to copy down this problem, I'm going to kind of leave off the 8. I'll be honest with you. I want to make sure that I can get 8 from the final answer. So I'm just going to copy down the first piece. 30 is being divided by 15, is being added to 2, is being multiplied by 3. That dot, oh, it's floating. It's not a decimal. It's multiplication. All right. I think now would be a great time not only to use my Pemdas rules, but also use my basic calculator. So what's the first thing we're looking for? Parentheses. Are there any? The answer is no. Thanks for checking. How about E? Exponents. Are there any? Oh, no. There are no exponents this time around. How about multiplication or division? And remember, I'm asking for both of them because they go in order from left to right. And in fact, there is. There is division happening first in order from left to right, and then there's multiplication. So we're going to go in exactly that order. Let's try our calculator out. Again, your basic calculator is available as a tool for you. So let's clear things out and type in 30 divided by 15. What do we get? 2. So I'm going to replace this piece that I just did with a 2. 30 divided by 15 gets replaced by 2. Well, I'm going to bring down the plus sign, and I already identified that this multiplication has to happen next. So 2 times 3, well, I hope you know it. Maybe someone out there doesn't. So let's go ahead and try. 2 times 3 gets us, 6. That's what I was thinking in my head, 6. Notice this 2 times 3, it's replaced. I drew a little bracket around it to show we're using those numbers up. And we got a product of 6. Good. Well, there's only one operation left. I guess I'm going to have to add 2 plus 6, whatever that is. And in this case, you might not have to clear out your calculator. We have a 6. Couldn't we add 2 to it? Oh, good. We get a final answer of 8. Now, keep in mind, they might not have asked for the final answer. They actually asked, will I get a true statement? So take a look. Hey, I got an 8. They have an 8. The results look the same. That means that I just proved they are true. This is correct. So for part A, I circle this one. My answer is true, so I need to write these following signs on my picture. Always follow the order of operations. Do not feed the zebra. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Oh, Pemdas, I see it. Pemdas. 3 signs you're going to make on your picture right now. There are some more true falses coming at us here in a second, but I think you'll be prepared for that after seeing this awesome example. The next thing I want to look at is some exponents, which I think I missed. So I see one kind of hiding in the middle here. Let's see if we can get there right now. Not true. There are exponents in the answer, but not really in the problem. All right, let's go to the back side. There was something there I wanted to show you. Ooh, these look a little bit unique. And I see one coming up that has exponents. Good. We can look at 2 things on this page. So try to hide my calculator over here. I'll clear it out because we might need it again. And let's take a look at number 10. Now this one might look a little bit different to you, but it's not a whole lot different once you see what you need to do. So for number 10, I'm going to again refer to Pemdas because we are talking about the order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. You might remember it that way. Let's take this original problem, the 28 divided by 8 plus 7, and copy it on our paper. Of course, I want to know what number this is. So 28 divided by, oh my gosh, there's a letter there. B, okay, plus 7. Well, if you read the directions up above, it says if A equals 4 and B equals 7, oh my gosh, they're telling me that I can do a substitution or a replacement. In fact, today, without me in class, you have a substitute, meaning goodbye Schumann, hello sub. Well, goodbye B, hello 7. We're going to put the number in. Let's try it. So, to copy this over again, 28, not divided by B any longer, divided by 7, because they said so, plus 7 at the back. I only replace the variable with the value I'm given. Ooh, now let's think about Pemdas. Are there parentheses? No. Are there exponents? Bummer. Is there multiplication or division? Ooh, yes. So that's the next thing I'm going to look at. Let's go ahead and find that division here and show which numbers get divided. This would be a great time to use your basic calculator. So let's clear it out and say 28 divided by 7 gets us 4. I'll turn back to my pen here and I'll leave a 4 underneath the 28 divided by 7 and bring down the next piece. This plus 7 hasn't been used yet, so it keeps trailing along until finally I can deal with that. So multiplication, division, check. How about addition, subtraction? Oh, that's what I'm looking at right now. So whatever 4 plus 7 is. Now I'm guessing that on the actual MSTEP the numbers might be much more challenging, might go into the hundreds or thousands or something like that. So let's just practice using our calculator today. 4 plus 7 gets us a good final answer of 11. 11 it is. Now I have to kind of move this to see how we did. Let's see if I can slide this over just a tiny bit. Ooh, part A, if your answer is 11, outline all the numbers and words in black. If your answer is 14, outline all the numbers and words in red. Actually, our answer was 11. I guess choice A is the correct one. You would circle this on your paper, and not only that, I guess we should probably write our answer down here as well. 11 is what we got. Okay, looks pretty good. All right, next up, I see some exponents coming at us. So we'll maybe look at one more together, and then I hope that you're feeling kind of prepared and the guest teacher can give you some work time and you'll get this done for homework when I see you next. So we are blocking this week. That means you have an extra day to get it done. Kind of awesome. I notice number 13 is kind of peeking out at us, and that way I don't really have to scroll or anything here. So I'm going to keep this close. Number 13, let's give it a try. I'm going to remind you of the magical acronym, Pemdas. Which ones are buddies? Multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. 2 sets of buddies. I think we're ready. Let's go ahead and copy down number 13. So on your line paper, I should see what number problem you are working on. I should also see the problem exactly like it was given to you. You are the photocopy machine. There you go. All right. Well, this one looks a little bit unique. I like this one because it's going to make us think a little bit about something we haven't seen yet. Are there parentheses? The answer is yes. First step, let's do it. 7 plus 3 is in parentheses. So what is 7 plus 3? Oh, handy dandy calculator in case you don't know. So we'll clear it out, and we just want the practice of using this basic calculator for every single step if we have a question along the way. 7 plus 3 got me 10. So 10 it is. Now notice this tiny little squared back here, this tiny little exponent. It's still sitting there, isn't it? It hasn't gone anywhere. Plus 2 at the back. Oh, awesome. Okay. I think this is looking pretty good. So if I go back to my Pemdas rules, are there any E exponents? The answer is yes. I see a little tiny 2. I need to deal with that next. So 10 squared. It's been a while since we've done these. In fact, it was in our very first unit of study. So I'm sure, hopefully, you're thinking back to what does that mean. I also want to peek at my calculator real quick. Not the one on the board as much as the one that you're going to use, and see if there is a square button. There is not. So for that reason, I'm going to ignore this x squared that's sitting over here. You're not going to have this option on your basic calculator. So what does it mean to square a number? I hope you're thinking, oh, it meant take the number times itself. 10 squared really means, whoa, doesn't mean that at all. I made that up. Sorry, let's see if I can fix it. 10 squared really means the number times itself. So 10 squared really means 10 times 10. Oh, I hope you know 10 times 10 gets me what? 100. Here we go. We're going to replace 10 times 10 with 100. And if you don't believe me, this would be a great spot to use your calculator. Clear it out, and let's say 10 times itself times 10. Oh, yep, 100 was good. Let's bring down the plus 2 that's happening here, and there's no multiplication or division. Thanks for checking. But there is addition, so this is my final move. Let's add. What's 100 plus 2? Well, I hope you're thinking add on 2, 102. You can always check it on your basic calculator. But what I'm really dreaming of seeing is pizza. This is pizza style. Ooh, order of operations. All right, we got a final answer. Oh my gosh, this isn't good. Because it's not any of the answers that they're offering. I got an answer of 102. What do we do wrong? Hang on here just a second. Is there a choice C? Probably not. If your answer is 50. No. If your answer is 10. No. Oh, I see our problem. Does anyone else see it? This is a good learning experience. In fact, teachers make mistakes too. I just made a big one. I hope you caught it. It's another reason that I should pick up my glasses very soon. Will you take a look at this? Schumann, oops. That's a division. That's going to change everything that I did here. Well, at least a little bit. So let's see if I can go back and erase a tiny bit for you. This isn't addition at all. It's division. And that's going to change my answer. Whew, that was a close one. Good thing this riddle is self-checking. All right, let's fix this up. So, after I take care of parentheses, after I take care of an exponent, I'm going to have divide by 2. And after I take care of this 10 to the second power, I'm still going to divide by 2. And after I get 100 from taking a number times itself, 10 times 10, I'm going to divide by 2. Oh, way better, because I can see I'm going to get a good answer this time. All right, let's try this again. Clear this out, and what should I put in? 100. We put in the number that we're going to divide up first. It's called the dividend. It goes in first. And now we divide by 2 equals. Woo! Okay, good news, people. I found an answer that will work. 50 is what we're looking for. And I still have pizza. Oh, yeah. But now I actually have a good answer also. So I'm going to circle this for you, and I'm going to remind you my final answer is 50. Okay. I should see a lot of things from you today. I should see that you're probably copying down Pemdas each time because you're trying to glue it in your brain. And we talked about brain research the other day with a couple hours. You have to see something, I don't know, 7 times to 15 times to remember it. Pemdas, 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 Pemdas. That might have been 7. Also this, you're numbering every single problem for me. And you're showing me pizza style. Ooh, pizza. Order of operations. This one was special. It had that exponent. We have to remember, an exponent means take that number or the base that many times. All right, let's see if I can find you one more, and then I'm going to set you totally loose. In fact, I'm going to be done modeling for you, so I hope it's going good. All right, taking a look here. I like number 15. Try to get my calculator out of the way. Try to make sure I'm using better vision skills. Move my toolbar if I can. Number 15. Here we go. Evaluate. Ooh, that's a funny word that we saw a minute ago. It just means solve. Get me to an answer. Find me a final number. Number 15. Oh, of course. Pemdas is glued in your brain and on your paper. And multiplication and division are buddies, just like addition and subtraction. Ooh, we're moving fast now. Let's copy on the problem the way it was given to us. So let me do a better job this time. 3 with a little tiny 3 up here. Oh, 3 to the 3rd power, or 3 cubed, minus parentheses, or the quantity of 6 minus 2 to the 2nd power. I really want to double check here. All right, those are really subtractions. I got it. Here we go. Are there parentheses? The answer is yes. Parentheses first, my friends. 6 minus 2. Well, you probably know it off the top of your head, but I do want you to get practice using the fantabulous basic calculator because it makes you do the thinking. 6 minus 2 gets you 4. So hopefully you were thinking that in your head and now we jot it on our paper. But notice this little tiny 2 at the back? It's still there. There's still this little tiny exponent. I have to bring it down. It hasn't happened yet. And this 3 to the 3rd power, or 3 cubed up front, and subtraction haven't been taken care of yet either. Ooh, parentheses. Cha-ching. How about any exponents? Oh my goodness, there are some little tiny exponents. They look like Piglet flying away with a balloon, right? Remember Piglet from Winnie the Pooh? Anyway, so take a look. I have 2 sets of them. There is one sitting right here, and there's another one sitting right there. I'm going to have to take them in order from left to right. So 3 to the 3rd power. I hope you remember from the last one that we looked at, 3 to the 3rd power really means 3 times 3 times 3. I'm using that 3, 1, 2, 3 times. And 4 to the 2nd power really means 4 times itself. I'm using that 4 2 times. Well, there are 2 things I need to try on my calculator without a doubt. This would be a good reason to use a basic calculator. All right, so first I need 3 times 3 times 3. Notice I put it in the calculator 3 times because it was to the 3rd power equals 27. Oh, okay, so I'm going to change this 3 to the 3rd power to a 27. But I'm not done yet. I see that there's another set of exponents coming at me. 4 to the 2nd power, I showed you an expanded form. We talked about this early in the year, means 4 times itself. Well, I hope you know 4 times 4. But because we want to have this calculator practice, because this old school calculator is going to be the only one available on some of the test questions, 4 times 4 gets us 16. Let's go ahead and replace 4 squared with 16. Now lots of students love to write 8 here and they love to write 9 here, so you have to tune in to what exponents are really telling us to do. Multiply the base by the exponent or the power that many times. All right, I'm going to bring down my subtraction sign, and I could totally set this up off to the side, 27 take away 16, but I do know for a fact that I have a handy dandy basic calculator. So I'm going to clear this out and I'm going to type 27 minus 16. Notice in subtraction, you have to go in order from left to right to get good answers, and I happen to get an answer of 11. Is it possible on the unstep that you might get a negative answer? It is possible, meaning if you take away more than you're given, you're going to end up behind 0 or owing something. So it is possible. Ooh, final answer looks like it's 11. I want to go back here and move my toolbar a little bit if I can. Come on, toolbar, you can do it. And for number 15, do we see a choice of 11? Did it go okay? Oh, if your answer is 11, leave the teeth and hair white. Good news, you don't have to color anything for that one. And we would write down a final answer of 11. All right, at this point, I'm going to hope that you're off to a good start. I'm going to hope that for every single problem you go back, you show me pizza style, ooh, order of operations, line by line work so that it kind of shrinks down one step at a time. All right, do your best. This is due the next time I see you.